So here it is, YouTube. I'm Roadhawk Wilson, welcoming you into my home, and today we're continuing Dungeons and Dragons for those with disabilities, and today we're going to be discussing how to create traps for your players. And this is something that's very simple. And by traps I mean, scenarios in which they have to use advanced problem solving in order to get into. So recently, in one of the campaigns that I run, I recently had my players diverge into different roads in a forest after making new allies, but I offer them 3 different opportunities each in order to make a decision, and each of them had a different scenario in which one would have to fall into a pitfall and figure out how to get out. One got turned into a frog, had to figure out how to use the frog's capabilities in order to problem solve. The other had to figure out how to find the other 2. And by doing this, I allowed them to kind of think about the world in different aspects and know the knowledge that they had about, rock climbing and tree frogs, as well as build those relationships by having one of them go for search for another. But easily, this was done by providing a clear-cut example of what would happen and the repercussions that would play out. And even though the players chose to follow through on these actions, I didn't hold back. I really made these tough scenarios for them to have to use self-advocacy and self-interpretation in order to actually problem solve. Now for the frog, they ultimately had to use their rations and drop it out of the bag that was carried by an eagle. The pitfall trap was easily figured out by someone who had experience with climbing and used their strength and their ingenuity to get out by making a rope and a makeshift ladder by using rocks within the tunnel. And when you have people with disabilities, sometimes you have to give them a little nudge, which I used a intelligence check to help them figure out what to do. Now this situation took a solid 20 minutes for each of them to carry out, but I think this actually gave them a great opportunity to see the world in a different way. With that though, I will go into more scenarios in coming weeks, but right now we actually are going through a bit of a remodel in the studio, so I can't do live, you can't see me live while I'm talking about this, but I hope you do like the images that I instill. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.